Welcome to Backyard Cigars, and I decided on another Corojo stick. That makes it about 3 days in a row that I've been smoking Corojo. And this is again from the Roa family, but this is the Aladino Corojo Reserva. And I've had this cigar, I'm going to say about 7 months. 66, 67 RH in the humidor, and it's a 5x52 original Corojo from Honduras for the wrapper, the binder, and the filler. And I was really surprised at the initial beginnings of this cigar because there was this sweetness followed by a little bit of pepper, which intensified as it went on, but this sweetness that was laying low, but that would develop as you smoked this. And there were just some types of Corojo notes that I wasn't expecting, flavors that perhaps just weren't developing the way I thought that Corojo should taste like. But forget about what I thought. My point is that it just tasted a whole lot better than what I thought it would taste like. I was envisioning what the cigar was going to taste like, and then once it was lit and I started to smoke it into the first inch here, I realized just how much better this cigar is, and it totally took me by surprise. There's that pepper. It's a sharp pepper. There's a smooth nuttiness as well. A lot of baking spices. But this, for me, smoking Corojo cigars, Corojo tobacco, I think of the Roa family, and with the Aladinos, I haven't been wowed by a lot of the CLEs. I just haven't. They've been okay. Some have been good. The last one I smoked, the first 20 years, was better than the first 25. But the Aladinos tend to be, for me, a little bit better in the Corojo department, and they deliver a little bit more. This is a medium to a full-bodied stick. It's smooth. It's got some of those general tobacco flavor notes that we are familiar with, but it's a little distinct. It's yeah, it's just the way the sweetness is playing with the spices and with the pepper. They just make it a little bit different, and in a very positive way. Very positive. I mean, first third, obviously, but this has to be, to date, probably the most interesting, or I don't want to say interesting, the most flavorful and pleasing of the Aladino cigars, and of what comes out of the Roa family in regards to the CLEs. I think this is really the best that I've had so far. And I did have a pretty good Aladino last year that was awesome, and was also, I believe, all Corojo. But this one, I don't know. It's just, 7 months of aging. It's not like I aged it for a year or two. But when this pepper gets going, it gets going. And it's just a very intense pepper flavor that you get from it, along with the nuttiness and the spices and some of that sweetness, which is really at the base and really just complements the pepper, and the pepper just works well with the sweetness that you're getting here in this cigar. Excellent stuff. Perhaps this could be a follow-up to the conversation. Will Corojo ever be great again? And and you know, there are many skeptics for many good reasons. Just the simple fact that the original seed is we, pretty much we can assess that it's never going to grow the way they want it to grow. It's never going to yield what they need it to yield. So if Corojo is going to be great again, it'll be in a hybrid, as it has been for quite some time. And some of these hybrids are starting to catch our fancy. Really, some of these hybrids, one subscriber commented on the Corojo hybrids from Aganorsa leaf, and they make an excellent one. Excellent. It'll never be what it once was. You know, sometimes you just can't go back in time and change things. And even if you were to do what a lot of Cuban growers have done, which is preserve the original seeds and grow them again in Cuba, you're just never going to get back to those glory days. They're gone. It's over. So will Corojo ever be great again? Possibly. Under the hybrids. And it'll have to be, possibly it won't be one of the current hybrids. Maybe it'll be a different hybrid in the future. But look, science and technology are constantly advancing every aspect of our life. It wouldn't be a stretch to imagine that somewhere down the line, they're going to find a hybrid version of Corojo that is just going to be ultra amazing. But I don't think we're there yet. But where we are is here with the Aladino Tobacco Company under the Iroa family, making some very delicious sticks. All Corojo. Some okay, some good, some very good. This is going to be in the latter. This is exceptional. It's just exceptional. Best Corojo I've had in quite a while. I just love how the pepper is so dominant, but despite being dominant, it isn't what defines this cigar. It's just not. There's so much more to it in terms of the baking spices and how they play with the sugar and the nuttiness, that it just can't be described as a pepper-forward cigar. The aroma on this is fantastic as well. So you've got very good construction, excellent aroma, excellent draw, flavors working harmoniously. This is a win-win in for the company and for the person smoking this. 0 touch-ups have been required, and I think we can all agree that that's a great thing when we can just sit back and not really worry about the evenness of the burn line and just how it's working out. It's just fabulous. Fabulous, I tell you. And I dare say this may be the best Corojo cigar that I've smoked. I don't want to say in my life, but maybe, definitely in the longest of time. And I've smoked this cigar before, but it's been over a year, and I don't remember. I remember it being very good. I don't remember it being as good as the way that I'm having it now. Did I age the other one? I didn't. I think I laid it down for, 3 or 4 months before I smoked it. Maybe even a little longer than that. And so I think it's on par in the same time that I laid this down, in the same humidor, at the same RH level. And this one's just performing. It's really performing. It's giving me a homey feeling. How could I describe it? I kind of wish that I was in front of a nice warm fire place, smoking indoors on a rocking chair with a sip of whiskey or even a hot chocolate, just relaxing and just enjoying myself in whatever moment I'm having, be it intimate moment alone, or just a holiday affair where you have people over and you're celebrating. It's just giving me those feelings, that homey, warm, fuzzy feeling. When I have a really good cigar, sometimes it'll take me to that, but other times it's just a good experience. And this is all of the above. So in the final third, it's going to get a little bit more peppery. The baking spices are on the tongue in the finish. The sweetness, much more subtle now, but still pops up every now and then. The nuttiness increases as it goes by, and you get that smooth, sweet nuttiness. And I look, I don't know how to describe every single flavor every single time I smoke a cigar. There are times that we will struggle with what we're tasting, and that's just normal. You know, your palate could be having an off day, or it just could just be a flavor and the way it was blended. It could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to just be cigars, right? It could just be anything. But in this case, really good performer. I'm very happy with it. I want to thank you for watching this review of the Aladino Corojo Reserva. Thank you for watching. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen.